Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Dyna. Dyna is developed by Seven Raven Studios, published by Total Console, and released on February 1st, 2022 for a price of $4.99. Now, the game's classified as a run and gun, but I don't really think it's a run and gun. The game takes place over 8 different worlds where you can basically collect stars and currency to basically buy upgrades that allow you to get a little better advancements in your game. The whole real main premise of this game is you're just kind of flying around with a jetpack, collecting little gems, trying to get these little orb things, and then using your little bombs after collecting a room key to get to the end of a level. There's not really anything that's overly difficult or impossible. You may have to look for little hidden switches or trigger different little key points to get from one area to another. But for the most part, every level's the exact same. Try to collect as many of the things as you need. You don't really have to collect stuff to progress to the next level. You just have to find the key to then go to the next area. The whole game works out on a one life system, so if you do take any damage, get shot, you have to restart unless you've gotten a collectible or a power up that's going to give you the opportunity to continue with that momentum. Most of the enemies and little guys that you're going to encounter, although have a little variety, are pretty much the same things every time, just with a different skin. One little guy who may move around on the level, or another little guy who may be flying but does the same thing the little walking guy does. There's not a whole heck of a lot here as far as what you can do. The game also decides to throw in, just for some weird reason, the mechanism of random chance with a little slot machine game that you can then collect, I don't know, kind of like world level upgrades to improve your game and go through. If you do die, the game kind of kicks you back. You can buy these little like progressive power ups here that will allow you to have a little more of an advantage. Different bombs, make the level times a little shorter, but nothing that's too crazy ambitious or different for the game. And then the weird part of the game that just doesn't really make a lot of sense to be in here is this. Um, it reminds me of the game show Whammy or Pressure Luck. If you ever grew up with that in the 70s, 80s, and maybe a little bit of the 90s. I think they tried to revitalize that show a little bit, but it's kind of a pressure luck, you know, wheel spin to try to gain free bonuses that you just kind of spend the gems that you collect on to trigger a wheel and then rinse and repeat. The unfortunate thing for this game is it is a quick, easy completion, and that's what really detracts from this game. You're not really encouraged to do much in an achievement stance beyond just playing the game for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, getting a full achievement list, and like there isn't really a story that drives you to continue playing. It's once you've played the game enough, you're kind of done, and you don't really need to do anything else. Um, Unfortunately for me, like there's just not a lot to talk here about the game. Visually, the game seems kind of bland and boring. A lot of bright colors and loud music kind of just overshadow a game's quality that's not really there, which is unfortunate. Because it could be a fun little $5 game, but for me, there's just nothing here to really enjoy and really have fun playing with. The most enjoyment I get out of it is just playing pressure luck and hoping to land on the right points that I need just to be able to get the achievements that I want to knock out. Shout out to the developers and stuff for trying to make a something, but I do think there was definitely a miss here. As far as having to give an opinion on buy, sale, or pass for Dyna, I'm definitely gonna have to recommend you pass. I think there's much better games out there for $5, especially when it comes to just what's here in the game. They try to give you a lot of context, but the game is pretty simple and bland, and it's just not a lot of fun from my perspective. But yeah, if you guys have a differing opinion or want to know more about the game, please let us know down in the comments below. We do have a gameplay video on the channel, so you can see much more, in depth, I guess you could say, probably a good 10-minute straight gameplay of what Dynabomb's really about, and be able to get you a better opinion for yourself. Outside of that, though, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.